What's up, everybody? Welcome to Backlog and Beyond, the podcast where we talk about the old video games we want to beat and the new ones we play instead. I'm your host, Nathan Hawkins.
And I'm your co-host, Jeff Zavatero, and this is episode 11.
Welcome back, everybody. How we all doing?
Why'd you say beyond like that?
Beyond.
Beyond.
Beyond. Welcome to Backlog and Beyond. I don't know. That was weird. I'm not gonna give an excuse for that at all. I just don't know. I don't know why I said it that way.
Trying new things now.
That's right.
Next time even talk about it.
No, next time it's gonna be "What's up, everyone?" I'm just gonna change
put
inflection.
Emphasis on like different, like beyond.
The podcast. Oh,
Backlog
man.
and beyond.
Welcome to Backlog and Beyond. Just like combine them in its own word. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. We got a great show for you. Got some August freebies to talk about. We got Retrospect is back. That's exciting. And and our Give It an Hour, all that stuff. But first, let's start with what you got to play this week, Jeff.
I borrowed my buddy's Super Mario Odyssey. When I bought my Nintendo Switch, I bought this game, and then I saw that the resale value was like $45 at GameStop, and I'm like, I haven't played it in like 6 months, so I sold it. And
all right,
yeah, I played it a little bit. I didn't get much further than I actually got because I remember how frustrated I was at that point in the game.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I'm just having fun throwing my hat at stuff and playing as different characters.
I really want to play that game. Like, it looks like fun, and I was a big. Is it anything like Super Mario 64?
I mean, in terms of open world, like within the worlds, you can, and then you just collect stars. Yes, yeah. But instead of stars, it's moons.
Oh, that's right.
And then you can throw your hat on pretty much anything, and then Mario becomes that thing. So
that's cool.
Yeah, like you could be a tree. You could be any of the bad guys.
Nice.
And they
that's so
have
cool.
like special different skills. Sometimes you need them to solve puzzles. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard there's like over 200 moons or something to collect.
Yeah, and then
something ridiculous.
You could play multiplayer, but that doesn't mean the other person's Luigi. It's the other person is the hat. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, that sounds kind of lame.
Yeah, I was like, I played with Emily. I'm like, oh, you're gonna be Luigi, and then I'm like, oh, you're the hat. So
and you're like, well, that was
like I just throw her and she collects all the coins.
She's like, this is getting really boring. Stop throwing me throw me over there.
Not even not necessary. Mario isn't a game that's enjoyable to watch. You sit there and you wait your turn until your older brother hands you the controller.
Right. That's how I remember, playing with my sister.
Yeah.
Same thing. So that's cool.
Yeah. What have you been playing, Nathan?
Absolutely nothing. I have not had the time to play anything. It's just been a rough week. I think like the very beginning of the week, I thought I was like sick, because the window was left open and my chest felt like that. I was like, had like this horrible cough, and I was like, ah, crap, do I have COVID? So there was like a little bit of a scare for a couple of days, but I feel great now.
You wouldn't get a test or anything?
No, because the thing is, I haven't really gone enough places and come into contact with enough people to actually think that I've contracted the virus.
You overestimate the stupidity of people.
I know, it's true. But honestly, though, like it was like a cough, and it was like a light cough. It was like the slightest light cough, and it lasted a day.
Yeah,
so
Emily thought she had it, and they said your symptoms wouldn't go away, at least that easily. So
gotcha.
You probably didn't have it.
Yeah. So anyway, I think it was some kind of like, I don't know, something in the air that got in my throat, and it just like it messed with my chest. Anyway, so I slept that off because it was just draining. And the girls, we had, like I said. I think I said last week that we were going to start taking the girls' arms out of their swaddles, and they're going to be free arming it in the bassinets. So they're doing that now, and they're waking up, kind of sporadically. Like last night was 2 a.m. and then 4:30 a.m. and then the other girl was 2:15 a.m., 4:45 a.m., 5:30 a.m. and it's just kind of been random. Like the couple nights before it was like 12 a.m. So it's just been really tiring, and I had some other things to do too, so I just didn't have enough time to play.
Have you been working at all?
No, I have not. I am in talks of possibly working on a Twitch trailer. Nice. For a streamer. So and he knows who he is. But but we'll see how that goes. It's gonna be my first crack at it, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Well, I'm on day 15 in a row of working, so shut up.
Oh my god.
And then I'm gonna work straight on through to my birthday on Friday, and then I am set.
Nice. Well, are you getting your birthday off?
No, I'm working that day.
Of course. That sounds like something you would do, though.
It's like the last day of camp, and it's like an in-person camp, so I can't be like, I don't want to come in today to celebrate.
You should just like not show up and then have like somebody like Skype you on their phone, like surprise.
But like unlike other years, I can't be like, oh, I have plans. I'm going out of town. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm staying home.
Quarantine. Dang it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have like a Zoom night with some coworkers, and that's gonna be fun.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Actually, that'd be like that's like the new like let's get drunk and hang out. Let's just get on Zoom and get drunk.
Pretty much what it's for.
That's awesome.
We just find drinking games
and just do shots over Zoom.
No one does shots. I'm 32, man. I'm turning 32. You're 33. When's the last time you took a shot?
Actually, I did a shot of Jameson not too long ago.
I saw a video where this woman was like, okay, so the rumor is if you smell perfume, take a shot, and then smell perfume again, you don't taste the shot.
What?
And so Friday I tried it, and it works. You don't smell it or you don't taste it, but you still feel the burning of the alcohol as it goes through.
But you smell the
perfume. Yeah,
that's interesting.
It was actually really fun.
So that'd be really good for like Jägermeister, which tastes like butt.
Honestly, I think all alcohol tastes like butt.
Okay, fair enough.
But I drink it to fit in.
Well, there you go. Peer pressure.
Just like that time you're like, let's drink Fireball.
Oh, dude, Fireball.
And delete our YouTube show.
Oh, good times, good times.
Yeah.
So I haven't played anything, unfortunately. Just our Give It an Hour game, obviously. And I really wanted to play more Ghost of Tsushima, but I'm going to make up for it this week. So
yeah, I was really bummed I was going to be so far behind you. I even put it in, and I'm like, watching this is making me tired, so I turned it back off.
Oh, man. All right, well, moving on to the news. My little tidbit that I noticed this week was the announcement that Halo Infinite multiplayer is going to be free to play. So there's two things. This is either going to be amazing for Xbox players, because everybody can play the online, obviously, and they're going to probably have like their own battle royale, which could be fun in Halo. Because I played Halo 2 multiplayer and it was really fun. Good times. And honestly, I think a battle royale Halo could be pretty cool, especially with like all like the large worlds that they have with all the vehicles and everything. The only concern I think is that they're gonna just turn it into another Apex Fortnite situation where they're charging people battle passes and skins and literally just another cash cow and a games of service thing.
Well, that's really the only reason to go free to play. Like, you need to make money somehow, and
of course,
I think they're betting on enough people wanting to touch the campaign because PlayStation's proving that single player is viable.
Yes, definitely.
But if it gets eyes to people playing Halo, like honestly, if it's on computer and it's free to go online, I'll try it. Like,
true.
I don't like Fortnite having to build stuff as I go. Like,
yeah, me neither.
I honestly don't even like shooters, so
yeah,
who knows? But I'll give it a shot, which is, I think, their end goal.
Yeah, no, totally. And I think as long as they don't push it too much, as long as it's not the main focus of the free to play multiplayer, I think it could do really well, actually. So I think that's a really smart move on Microsoft. And then if you also saw too, I just thought about this, but how Xbox removed like the word Xbox Game Pass, and they just have their logo now where it just says Game Pass.
Oh,
so that was the thing on Twitter, like all over, and then everyone was like yelling, saying like all the ponies, that's their name for PS fanboys. They're saying that Xbox is losing Game Pass. It's like, you realize that the logo's still there, just like PlayStation Studios. They're not just called studios.
Well, I'm hoping we get to a point where it's like all of the games,
right?
Like all of the games are on both platforms.
Wouldn't that be nice?
But it'd be a lot of work to make those old games compatible with PC.
Yeah, you'd have to that'd be a lot of work.
But if they did it like streaming, like PlayStation Now,
yeah,
and I'd be able to play like the Fable games and all the old, dude, I would totally pay for that.
Man, that'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so what was your news that you caught this week?
I was reading up on the Avengers game, which I'm still on the fence about. But
Okay.
it is rumored that Spider-Man is going to be a part of the game, but he's going to be a PlayStation exclusive.
That would be huge for PlayStation.
I mean, yeah, he like that. Spider-Man, obviously, the game is a console seller, and it would be really cool if they got Yuri to play him again. But
oh, dude,
I don't know if that would happen.
That'd
And
be
then
amazing.
they announced that Hawkeye is coming for everybody, and he was just as exciting as he was in the movies, and that's to say, not exciting at all.
I mean, the cinematic was kind of cool. Like some of the moves he did were awesome, but again, it's a CG cinematic, so who cares?
I mean,
I don't know.
Like I cared about him in Age of Ultron,
Mm-hmm.
but I also didn't care about Age of Ultron.
Did you watch the War Table that happened last week?
I did not. I just watched like clips, like the important stuff.
They showed just more of that. They just showed the beta, basically, that people are going to be able to play. It still looks like PS3 graphics, like really rough around the edges at times. Like some of the cinematic scenes look really good. Like the details are really nice. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. It looks kind of janky at times.
Yeah, I feel like they started working on this game a long time ago, and then it's just kind of where it is.
Yeah, exactly. They were kind of like left behind in the past a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
otherwise they would have to take another couple years to update the graphics.
Oh my god! And they don't have that kind of time.
No.
All right, cool. Well, that's the short little news bit for the week. Moving on to freebies of the month. So this is all games that are going to be free to play, whether you're paying for some kind of subscription through like Amazon Prime or PlayStation Plus, games with gold, yada yada yada,
or free with Epic Games.
Or free with Epic Games. If you have an Epic Games account, it's just free, straight out, flat out, whatever you want to say. Yeah. So I'm going to run down the list, and if there's anything that piques your interest, let me know. So first we have Twitch Prime. They're giving us Treachery and Beatdown City, which is a beat 'em up system infused with RPG tactics, wrestling with wrestling mechanics. So I guess it's almost like a brawler, but like you're like a bunch of wrestlers walking down the street and like doing grappling moves and all kinds of stuff like that.
You had me at wrestling.
I know, right? It's like a 2D like it's a side scroller. It actually looks kind of cool.
I like Streets of Rage and I like wrestling, so I'm down.
Yeah, so check it out. Blazing Chrome, it's a classic run and gun, fully loaded with action and exciting fights. According to the description of Blazing Chrome.
Quite the script you're reading.
And isn't it great? It's amazing. Yeah, no, I think it's like I guess the world's being run by machines or something, and there's just a lot of machine guns. So then we got Chroma Squad. It's a tactical RPG about 5 stunt actors who decide to quit their jobs and start their own Power Rangers inspired TV show. So that was kind of weird. I'm like, well, that sounds kind of cool.
That's a cool story.
Yeah, I know, right? Great. I guess like the description says they you cast actors, purchase equipment, upgrades for your own studio, craft weapons and giant mechas out of cardboard and duct tape.
Oh.
I don't know. It sounds kind of like quirky, I guess. So
yeah.
There's that one. Warsaw. It's a turn-based tactical RPG set in occupied capital during World War II. You pick your heroes. You select salvaged arms. Navigate streets. Take down occupying forces. All that stuff. So it's just like a turn-based game. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn. It's the sequel to Shaq Fu, which I never played. To beat 'em up, and then published by Mad Dog Games.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a sequel. I thought it was like a remaster, but
yeah,
I think that's like actual, like produced by Shaq.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Which doesn't make it better.
No, never does.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Shaq's cool, but anyway,
he's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He actually does some nice investing. He has some good investments going on. Yeah, so there's
diverse
that
portfolio.
Exactly. I've been watching a lot of business news recently in the morning.
When did those games come out? Is that
they're all available, I believe. I think for the whole month. I think I'm not sure.
I'm on a website right now. They're not.
Maybe if you want to
because I really want to play Chroma Squad and Treachery.
Yeah, Chroma Squad sounds cool, and Treachery. It's just like like a bunch of wrestlers walking down the street, and it's a brawler. It sounds like super fun. Yeah, look into that. I'm gonna keep going here. Mm-hmm. We got PS Plus, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. No, don't need to really go into depth about that. We all know what that's about. And then Fall Guys, which looks like so much fun. It's that huge multiplayer where everyone's trying to get to the end of like this big race, and it's kind of set up like that one TV show Wipeout where everyone's like dropping down and hitting like obstacle courses, and it just looks super silly and fun.
Yeah, so it's releasing on Plus on release. Like we were talking about, we recorded on Sunday, and then Monday they made the announcement.
Oh, okay.
So we look like idiots talking about wanting to buy it.
Yeah.
And now it's free. That's why it wasn't on the free.
Yep.
Or they didn't have a price on the store page.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Definitely going to be getting that. I haven't downloaded it yet. So Xbox games with gold. So from available August 1st to 31st on Xbox One, we have Portal Knights, which is a cooperative 3D sandbox action RPG to level up your character, craft epic weapons, conquer enemies in real time, and build almost anything. Craft your adventure. Portal Knights.
Craft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, craft macaroni and cheese. I got an Override Mech City Brawl, which is available August 16th to September 15th on Xbox One. It's a 3D mech-based brawler, which sounds kind of cool. You basically control these like huge robots, and you duke it out like in like cityscapes. So it's like epic battles. Yeah, 1v1 brawls. You can also do 4-person online free-for-all or 2 to 4 player party co-op, where each player controls one part of 2 skyscraper-sized mechs. So I think that sounds kind of cool.
Interesting.
MX Unleashed, which is going to be available August 1st to 15th on Xbox One and the 360. It's a 2004 racing video game developed by Rainbow Studios and published by THQ for the PS2 and Xbox. So a nice little old school racing game. And then Red Faction 2, which is available August 16th to the 31st on Xbox One and Xbox 360. First-person shooter, developed by Volition and published by THQ, PS2, GameCube, Xbox, Microsoft. I remember playing at Red Faction, the first Red Faction. I had a lot of fun with that game. That was really fun. So won't be able to play the second, obviously, because I don't have an Xbox, but congrats to them. Then we have the Nintendo Switch, and these are some 2 NES titles. Apparently these are both pretty rare, according to this article that I was reading. The first one is going to be Kung Fu Heroes, which is the players control one of the characters. I guess their names are Jackie or Lee, and you basically just, I guess, you're fighting against countless enemy warriors or whatever, and the goal is to defeat through all the enemies. The door at the top of the room opens, and that allows them to leave and go to the next level. So it's just kind of like, I guess, a side-scroller beat 'em up. So there's that one. And then we have Vice Project Doom on the NES, another side-scrolling platformer. I guess it says they have similarities to the Ninja Gaiden series. And I guess they also add in gun shooting. There's driving segments. I guess you assume the role of a secret agent, and you have to uncover a conspiracy involving a new kind of alien substance. So
exciting.
I know, right? And then last but not least, we have Epic Games, which is these are available until August 6th. So I don't know if that's like 20XX or 2000XX. But I guess the game is inspired by Mega Man X. You have players must shoot or slash enemies, complete difficult platforming challenges to finish a stage. The twist is that these stages are generated randomly based on level segments or chunks in quotations, and also allow for both local and online co-op.
Oh, that's actually dope.
Yeah. We got Barony, which is a first-person roguelike RPG with cooperative play. Cryptic items, brutal traps, devious monsters, like those found in classic roguelike and CRPGs await you. Fun. So you conquer the dungeon alone or gather a perfect party in co-op. Sounds like fun. So it's just an RPG. And then we got Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP. It's an exploratory action adventure with emphasis on audiovisual style. You traverse a mythic little realm, use a sword to do battle, and evoke sorcery to solve mystical musical mysteries. Musical mysteries? That sounds fun. I want to do some musical. I want to do some musical mysteries.
This last month, they on the Nintendo Switch Online, they released for SNES Donkey Kong Country.
Yes,
and I forgot to mention I've been playing that as well.
Oh, cool. I think I played Donkey Kong Country like maybe once because I had a friend who owned like the Super NES, and that was it. Like I played maybe like one time at his house, and that was it.
I almost picked up Tropical Freeze because I loved the series so much, and Country wasn't available yet.
Oh,
but
nice.
Luckily, they released it, and now I don't have to buy it.
Yeah,
at least until I beat this one.
Right. Everyone was like super stoked for Donkey Kong Country. Like there were so many people that were just like, yes, I've been waiting. My body is ready for Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, so these are all the games that are going to be free for the month of August. Jump on that if you own any of those subscriptions. I'm going to be playing Fall Guys. I say we try to play Fall Guys this week at some point.
Oh, yeah. Today, the day this releases on Tuesday, is my anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
So that's not a good day.
I know. It's my anniversary this month, too.
Yeah, so we should go for Wednesday or something.
All right, cool. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, one of those days.
Not Thursday. Not Friday. Friday's my birthday. I'm not playing with you.
Friday's your birthday. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's Wednesday then. Wednesday or nothing. Wednesday or bust.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if we end up playing Wednesday night, maybe I'll stream it, and then
that'd be dope.
I can let everyone know. So any of the listeners, you can jump in and watch us play Fall Guys. Cool. All right, moving on to a little break with Video Game Taboo. Where it's basically just like the regular game Taboo, where we have to basically describe the game and without saying the name of the title, and you have to get as many correct within the 90-second time limit. Because I think we did 90 seconds. We went from 60 to 90.
Yeah, 60.
60 was like
well.
Yeah, 60 was just way too short. Let me get my timer ready here.
Are you going to be relaying them to me first?
Sure.
Cool.
All right, let me get my timer ready. I am ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, see my stuff. Okay, cool. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. And away. Go. All right, this is a black and white game where this kid keeps getting killed over and over again.
Limbo.
Yep. This one, you shoot a gun at a wall and it creates a hole, an orange
Portal
hole.
2.
Yes, exactly. Zombie game where when it gets dark, they get
7
really
days to
fast.
die.
No, when it gets dark, they get really fast, like they sprint.
Oh, Dead by Daylight?
No, it sounds like that. It's it's more you like run and jump from like building to building, and you have to like survive the night because it gets like really hard. You're not alive, but you're
Daisy dead.
No, what's the process? What's like the
dying
yes,
light?
Exactly. This one's being released again for the third time in console
Grand
generation.
Theft Auto 5.
Yes. This one is a builder where you build
Minecraft.
A large place where people live and have businesses. It's big on PC. It's kind of like a sim. It's like that one sim builder, but it's the more
Sim
popular.
City, so like City Skyline.
Yes, that one. Not okay. This one's with Nathan Drake.
Uncharted.
Not the first one.
Uncharted 2.
Yep. And then Lord of the Rings. It's you collect a horde of orcs and
Shadow of Mordor.
It's you almost had it. It's
Shadow
it's not Mordor.
of
when you go to battle. What's another word for battle?
War.
Yeah. Oh man, time's up. All right, you got what is that? 7 out of 8.
Yeah.
The last one was Bastion. I didn't get to that one.
Oh yeah.
Ran out of time.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. This one might be harder, but let's figure it out.
All right. Let me get this timer ready. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Ready, set, go.
Okay.
Your favorite franchise? It takes place in Egypt.
Oh, Assassin's Creed, Odyssey. Not Odyssey. Origins.
Yes. This was the first Give It an Hour, Buster Sword, Cloud Strife.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
Remake.
Midlife Blink. Like when you're 40.
Midlife Crisis. Crisis.
Yep. Okay. This one has your favorite villain of all time.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2.
No, Voss.
Oh yeah. Far Cry 3.
Yep. And then this one is like another walking, exploring simulator. It's someone who. Yep, there you go.
Nice. Wow.
This one is a co-op game where you make food together, and the levels.
Overcooked.
Yep. Okay. This one is a sequel to a game where the bad guy has a drill for an arm.
BioShock 2.
Yep. And then this one takes place in the universe of Shadow of Mordor.
Lord of the Rings. Battle for Middle Earth.
Yep, and then the second one.
Oh, Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth 2.
Yep, there we go. That's all 8.
Yeah! Dang!
Yeah, that was dope.
Wow, that was like oh man. That was how much time we have left? Like way too much time? Let me see what I can't even get to my timer. Oh yeah, it was like 15 seconds left.
That's
Wow.
right.
Dude, we rocked that.
Yeah, I mean, who gets the points for when I do a good job explaining them?
I don't know. I don't know if we
But then you did a good job guessing them.
That's I don't understand like how we actually do that. Like do we each get points? Like let's say if we do like a certain amount, do we each get points and then like
Yeah, I don't
you know what I mean?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure that out. Anyway,
let us know on social media how the points should go down.
This will make more sense, I think, when we have guests on the show.
That's true.
Because then it's definitely like
then we're like a
taboo.
team.
Exactly, you and I are in the same team. Exactly.
Yeah.
Or we pick somebody on the opposite side, and then we go against each other.
Oh, that makes more sense.
And that's how we. Because then actually that might be harder because you and I have played this so many times together that we may like kick way too much butt. Because we've seen the same games over and over again on this list.
We just need people on the show.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get some fellow podcasters on here. All right, cool.
Like friends, I don't know. All right, all right, let's move on.
Let's move on to Retrospect. So we've kind of changed up Retrospect a little bit. Instead of doing it weekly, we're going to do it for the month, and we've kind of narrowed it down to just a handful of games instead of trying to go through all of the oddball games that we've never heard of. It just doesn't make sense to do the most rare games that probably a lot of people haven't heard of. So we basically are just doing the games with the biggest anniversaries. So starting off with number 1, this is their 10-year anniversary this month. Kane and Lynch 2: Dog Days. It's the gritty, brutal crime third-person shooter from IO Interactive. It's a sequel. Takes place in Shanghai, China. I guess where an arms deal goes wrong, and Kane and Lynch become like targets, and you have to survive China. So, did you ever play the first Kane and Lynch game?
No, I only played the second one because you're like, we could play co-op, and then we played for like a day, and then we're like, that game was weird, and then we never played it again.
Yeah, it's such a weird game. But I remember playing the first one. I loved it because it was just a really fun co-op experience. But I think you play as Lynch in the first one, or Kane. No, you play as Kane in the first one solo, and in the second one you play as Lynch. So you switch off. I think I'm thinking of another game. I'm thinking of Army of Two. Do you remember that game?
I do remember that game. We never played that.
I played it. That was dope. That was super fun. Stupid fun. Anyway, I'm going somewhere else. Anyway, so we have a couple of fun facts here if you want to raffle those off.
So it had mixed reception because of its shaky camera style, causing players and critics to get nauseous.
That's a fun one.
I still experience that with lots of games. According to Wikipedia, the game was considered risky, although the majority of the team who called it an anti-game continued to seek an uncomfortable, tiresome, and oppressive atmosphere in its direction.
I remember that though. I remember the camera was like
it was
weird.
A precursor for Last of Us 2.
That's like on point right there. Yeah, no, I remember like the camera being weird, but I guess like I was reading on this game and they did like this. They wanted it to seem like somebody was like behind them holding a camera, and that's why it was so, risky. I guess just because nobody had ever done that before. Where it was like basically playing a third-person shooter shot like The Office. It was like
someone gets shot in the face and they do like the Halpert look into the camera.
He zooms in on them. Look right though.
I would love an action movie where you just get like reaction shots. Like someone gets shot in the face and like his teammate like
yeah, just looks right at the camera. Like, oh no. Oh my god, that's fantastic. So Kane and Lynch 2: Dog Days. Next on the list, 20-year anniversary, Spider-Man, developed by Neversoft and published by Activision. This is what I thought was interesting. I didn't realize, but using Tony Hawk Pro Skater's engine.
Oh.
So that totally makes sense why Spider-Man made an appearance in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Yeah. So that was
and I mean, Neversoft is the same company, so that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
This was the prequel to the greatest Spider-Man game before the PlayStation 4 version.
Agreed.
Do you want me to read the facts, or do you want to this time?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Go through the fun facts.
The PlayStation, Dreamcast, and Windows versions had pre-rendered cutscenes, but the Nintendo 64 version had caption freeze frames kind of done in a style of a comic book with a few voice clips, because that system had a lot of technical limitations as opposed to the other ones.
Right.
So suck it, Nintendo. The lizard was don't choke. The lizard was supposed to be in the final cutscene of the game, but he didn't make it in there.
Right.
The earliest footage of the game was in a German demo disc, Play Demo Volume 17, and it had some pretty drastic changes as opposed to what you saw if you played this game. Like a different opening sequence, placeholder voices, different music.
That's crazy. That just blows my mind that it was like a completely different
like
intro.
They're just like, we haven't hired these guys yet.
Yeah.
We'll these in.
We need something though.
They had a different Scorpion model. They had a different Rhino boss stage, and a sewer level that wasn't even in the game. So
that just blows my mind. But I mean,
honestly, that should be what demo discs are for, though. They're like, what do you think of these? No?
Totally, yeah.
Okay.
It's a way to like gauge what the audience is like asking for, or like if they liked it or they didn't. But they do that in movies all the time, like especially in trailers. Apparently, what was that vampire? That was Witches, Hansel and Gretel, the guy who plays Hawkeye.
Oh, Jeremy Renner. Yes,
yeah,
it was Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, Hansel and Gretel. Apparently, my company worked on that trailer, and there was absolutely nothing in the trailer that was in the movie.
Oh,
it was all just hype. Like this huge action sequences that didn't even occur in the movie, just to get people to go see the movie. Yeah. They were like, how are they allowed to do this?
It'd be funny if they like threw in a clip of him as Hawkeye. Like,
yeah, just the slow-mo with the bow. Oh my god. Yeah, so anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Another 20-year anniversary for this month, Paper Mario N64, developed by Intelligent Systems and published by Nintendo for the N64. That was the first game in the Paper Mario series of the Mario role-playing style. It was first released in Japan in 2000 and then internationally in 2001.
Yeah, which is good timing because it was the Origami King comes out 20 years later. I'm sure it was planned, but it just looks really cool.
I think so. They're like, actually.
I never had a Nintendo 64, so it was. I never even knew there was a Paper Mario game for that. I thought it was just Mario 64.
I still am like baffled that you didn't have an N64. Like that was my console as a kid. Like that's the console I grew up with. Like
I was always
alongside
a console
the PS4,
behind
PS2.
Until the PlayStation 1 came out, and then like I kind of jumped to that one. So I'm sure if the natural progression kept going, I would have had a Nintendo 64 after everyone else got one.
Yeah, that's great. Excuse me, that's crazy.
Yeah. So fun facts, not sun facts about this one. Paper Mario was slated to be on the disk drive, the Nintendo 64 disk drive,
which I didn't know was the thing.
It was a huge failure, so they released it on a cartridge format. It was originally going to be named Super Mario RPG 2, but there was complications with Square Enix, and they changed it to Super Mario Adventure and then Paper Mario. The issues obviously stemming from that they made Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, which I haven't played either. That was a Super Nintendo game, right?
I don't know, actually. I've never played any of the Paper Mario games, but I was really like interested in playing the Origami King.
Yeah, I heard that was great.
Super fun. Yeah,
I've heard Donkey's video on it too.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard IGN kind of gave it they gave it a 7, which is good. It's a good game. But you know, I don't always like go to IGN and go, tell me if it's good. Yeah.
Please tell me.
Please tell me. So I don't know. It looked like a lot of fun. It looked, I guess, like the art style was really cool too. The fact they had like a mixture of like flat paper and origami, and it looked really cool. So.
Last fact: if you look under Mario's house, you could find Luigi's secret diary in the basement. And if you read the entries, you could see one that reveals that Luigi is afraid of ghosts, and he would also like to have a lead role in his own adventure, which is a allusion and precursor to Luigi's Mansion, which was being made at the time.
I thought that was so cool. Like that was a fun little Easter egg right there.
Yeah, that like I also haven't played the new Luigi's Mansion yet, and I want to.
And that looks really good. Like the graphics look amazing. Like it looks super clean and crisp.
For sure.
So I definitely want to play that one at some point too. Mm-hmm. Is it on sale yet? Do you know?
I like, you mean for cheaper?
Yeah.
No, I like those game. Any first Nintendo game is like $41, and that's the biggest sale you'll ever see.
Good to know.
But it hasn't even done that yet. But they did release a multiplayer patch, so that's
Oh, cool. All right, sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, and then last but not least, this one is I can't even believe it. This is like half a century old. Oh no, quarter of a century old. This game, half a century. And games haven't been around that long. Yeah, quarter of a century old, 25-year anniversary this month. Super Mario World 2: Yoshi's Island, the 1995 platform game developed and published by Nintendo for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Basically to reunite Baby Mario with his brother Luigi, who has been kidnapped by Kamek. The player controls Yoshi, a friendly dinosaur, through 48 levels while carrying Baby Mario. 48 levels, holy crap.
I just played this for the first time, and I didn't even know it existed.
Wow.
I'm not even sure why you call it Super Mario's World when it's Yoshi's Island. Like, you play as Yoshi, and you're
right,
like,
yeah,
protecting Baby Mario's. Anyway, fun facts about that. In the Game Boy Advance version of the game, dying enough times during the intro level will result in the game save file displaying World 0,
so cool.
which is the only time the icon is accessible in the entire game. The Super Nintendo original gives you infinite lives to beat the tutorial level, so
I think
it wasn't
hilarious.
possible there. Yeah,
they're like, well, they're really bad at this, so we're just gonna let you try as many times as you need to. Oh, that's so cool.
For those of you who were playing video games 25 years ago, you may have played World 4-1 many times, as the background may appear to take shape of a topless woman's torso.
I saw the image and I was like, that looks exactly like what they say it is.
Well done.
I was like, wow, okay. Somebody got that in there. They're like,
and in the German version of Yoshi's Island, Naval Piranha is called Audrey, referencing The Little Shop of Horrors, which is a super cute fun fact. And also, you said there weren't video games half a century ago. The first video game was in 1958, which was 62 years ago. 50 years ago was only 1970, Nathan.
Oh my god. What was the game?
Well, now I gotta look that up.
Yeah, look this up. Now I need to know. Was it
Physicist
Pong?
invents the first video game. Pong came out in the 70s, but it was a very simple tennis game, similar to the idea of Pong.
Okay, well, prove me wrong over here live on the show
while I was talking.
Make me look like an idiot. No, I'm just kidding.
It's true.
That's actually really cool, though.
Yeah,
that's That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But that honestly doesn't surprise me. I think I was just talking out of my butt.
You were, and I wanted to call you out on it in front of everybody.
Thank you for
Nathan also edits the show, so if you don't hear this, it's because he edited it out.
I'm gonna put this after the music's over with. It's gonna be the last 15 minutes after the music's cleared, and people just go, "Oh, the show's over," and they just skip to the next podcast.
I just pull out a list of everything Nathan said that sounds weird. Just a fact check. Oh, fact check would be cool if we did a little fact check after the fact.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like that idea, actually. Just go back and listen to the podcast and then double check. Wait, what was the answer?
Jeff said the in Last of Us Left Behind that it was a prequel. Survey says that was a lie.
Yeah. Jeff said our email was contact@backlogandbeyond@gmail.com.
To be fair, it's backlogandbeyond@gmail.com, but it forwards from contact@backlogandbeyond. And also, you didn't correct me because you weren't even listening. You were checked out by that point.
I was ready for bed. I was like,
I said it and I felt it, but I'm like, Nathan didn't say anything, so I guess I'm right.
I'm dope. It's so good. But it's okay, though. If you guys listen to the last episode, 25 minutes in, it's a cluster. You hear me talking about Ghost of Tsushima from earlier over our conversation about something else because the audio got all messed up. So I did it. It was horrible because it got recorded wrong, and I had to edit it, and it took 5 hours to edit, and it was bad. So
yeah,
never again.
We need to start recording on 4 different platforms.
I know, right? Well, I think now that we have video, I'm actually getting a webcam from Crooked TV.
Oh, cool.
He's sending me one. He said that he had 3 extra ones laying around, so he's sending me the Keo. It's got the little light on it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I say when we each have video, I say that we maybe start doing some YouTube.
Dope. And also I've been recording the ones that we both have video for, so we can always just edit those together.
Look at that.
Smart.
Thank you, sir.
SMORT. Smart.
You are smart. All right, moving on. Okay, here's the thing. I had something planned for the podcast originally, but I had no time to actually like do the research. We were going to talk about open world games at one point, but instead I thought it'd be kind of cool because we're just past the first half of the year. This would have been ideal to talk about at like the beginning of like the end of June. But whatever, we're here now. We're going to talk about the top 10 games of 2020 based on Metacritic. So I actually have the link here. Because I just wanted to go down which ones, like the top 10 and their score, and kind of see whether we agree or not.
So when you say first half, does that mean we're going to start at 10 and go to 5?
We're going. So no. So this is
the first half of the year.
First half of the year. Exactly. But I will start with 10. Number 10, coming at 89 points by Metacritic. F1 2020. So it's their that driver simulator game.
Yep. User score 7.1. I'm going to read all the user scores so you can see the contrast.
Great,
because one of them on here is going to have a vastly different user score.
Oh yes. Oh, you can expand them. Look at that. Oh, I love that. Cool. Let me see. I never played any F1 games. What is this? You choose your own. You build your own team.
It's like the F1 cars.
Yeah, but it's like a simulator, or is it just like a?
Yeah, no, it's like the old NASCAR games, but it's F1.
Oh,
instead.
Cool. 10-year career mode. All right, cool. So that's a number 10.
I would like to think they would do a racing game where it's just like the one big single lane dash, and that's all it is. It's like 2 to 3 second races for the entirety of the game, and you have to do like a 30-second loading screen.
It's just like really quick drag races, like down somebody's corner, like on somebody's like private street. That'd actually be kind of cool, like a drag racing game.
A drag race game would be so.
You just go.
If you had loading screens, I'd be furious.
It'd be better if it was like Burnout Paradise with like drag racing, so you could just like you can go to like different meetups where there's like people that are actually online.
That'd be cool.
And then that'd be sweet actually. You could like talk crap and stuff and
like have it
race against each other.
Maybe as an option in a larger game, so it's not just those.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, you can get really like detail with it. Like you have to like upgrade your car and like purchase nitro and nitro. I meant nitrous. Wow, not a car guy.
Yeah.
All right, coming in at number 9, Dreams for the PlayStation 4. This game, honestly, like I don't even want to touch this game because it just seems like it's just so involved, and the community's been involved with this game since the beta came out, and the beta's been out for over a year now, I think. So people have been creating stuff in this game for quite some time now. But
they're releasing VR if they haven't already.
Oh wow!
And everything is going to be compatible with VR.
That's really cool. Mm-hmm. With a Metascore of 89, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, user score almost matches 8.7. So well done.
Nice. Yeah. So anyway, by Media Molecule, it just seems really amazing. I've seen some of the videos from Dreams. Pretty impressive. Like what people have been able to create just using the engine. Like
my
really
cousin's
amazing.
Kid, I went over to my cousin's house and her son had the demo, which you could do quite a lot in a demo.
Really?
And he showed me a game where you're a monster in a town. You're like a giant monster, and your goal is to destroy as much of the town as possible before they kill you.
That's cool.
And then like a lot of it's art and just highly detailed art that you can like really look at. So I am really interested in picking it up. It's on sale right now, so
nice.
I
mean, if you pick it up, I'll probably dabble with it. But like, just like honestly, I think the only thing I wanted to touch on it is like maybe the music. Like maybe try to make some music for.
I'm not
like,
even
some of the games
sure.
I come across.
Like I would pick it up to make anything. Like I might barely dabble in it, but there's enough stuff made for you where you could probably put like 100 hours in it without even touching the creation.
That is true. You could just screw around like with everybody else's made stuff.
Like someone completely remade like Super Mario 64 like graphics and gameplay, and it got cease and desisted. But
yeah, it got removed.
That stuff is possible. So.
I think it's dumb that they removed that stuff. It's not like these people are making money off of those mini
But they
games.
are using assets from Nintendo. Like I think they uploaded the sound effects and stuff.
That's an issue.
It'd be one thing if they like did their best Mario impression. Like
like a spin-off of Mario. Yeah, they did their own bling They did their own like sound effects using their voice.
Game where it's just one guy doing them by himself. Someone did Crash Bandicoot too, and it was like using the Crash Bandicoot like noises.
That's amazing.
I don't think that one got taken off, but
probably because it's Sony.
Yeah.
Although it's no longer Sony, but all right, cool. Anyway, I want to check it out at some point maybe, but it just seems like it's very involved if you want to be a creator or create stuff. So, but yeah, good job on Media Molecule. All right, number 8, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition at a Metacritic rating of 89. Apparently it's a critically acclaimed RPG. What is this? Discover the origins of Shulk as he and his companions clash against a seemingly unstoppable mechanical menace. I have no idea anything about this game. Like, I don't know any of it. I think you mentioned you played it, right?
No.
Okay.
It has a 9 on user score though, so that's
cool. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it looks like it's like a re-release of an older game, and looking at it, like the graphics are pretty old looking.
Yeah, because it's on. I guess it's on the Switch. Came out May 29th, so yeah, it's definitely a re-release. But apparently, it's doing really well as a re-release. I mean, geez, for it to be number 8 out of 10. Okay, let's see. Moving to number 7, Yakuza 0. I've never played any of the Yakuza games, but I've heard good things. It's on the Xbox One. Came out February 26, 2020. It takes place in Tokyo, 1988.
I don't understand why this one got a 90, and Ori got a 90, and then only Ori is the must play. That's kind of
that is weird. What?
Don't play the Yakuza game.
Don't play that. Well, apparently, like, Ori was absolutely beautiful and just... It was kind of like Celeste, how it really took a game like a generic standard, and it like excelled beyond, like in terms of gameplay and storytelling, and animation and design, and I don't know. I heard it made some huge, I heard it made a huge impact on the player base.
Okay.
So. But yeah, so what was it? Yakuza had a 7.8 user score. And then at number 6, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Metascore 90 and user score 8.8. So, yeah, but it must
going to be my job, Nathan.
Sorry.
Well, you could wait and play this for the Xbox Series X because they're re-releasing it again.
Right, and although I've heard
that's a Blind Forest. Sorry.
Yeah, the Blind Forest, yeah. I heard that there might be a chance that PlayStation owners might get Blind Forest.
I mean, they just got Cuphead, so you never know anymore.
You never know. So, but yeah, I've heard really good things about Ori. I follow this guy on Twitter. His name's Mike DC. He does some great like quick reviews.
Outtakes.
Yeah, exactly. And he's very knowledgeable, in a variety of different types of games. And he just can't say enough He can't say enough good things about this game. So I take his word on it.
It's like a platformer, right?
Yeah, it's a platformer, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but apparently, like, the gameplay is like, phenomenal. So I really want to at least, if I don't plan on playing it, maybe I'll at least watch a gameplay video or something.
Yeah.
Which isn't nearly as close to the same thing, unfortunately. All right.
The next one's surprising. Go ahead. Sorry,
no, you're fine. Animal Crossing New Horizons at number 5. I think... And this is a Metascore 90. What I think is interesting about this game, well, the user score kind of surprises me if you want to...
Yeah, that was the big deal. Like, a 5.4. Honestly, for a lot of people, they might say, it's not my thing.
Right.
And I totally get why. Like,
yeah, totally.
It's real time. You go in there and, like, you do the same thing literally every time you play it.
Right.
And it's so repetitive.
It is. It's like I said. It's like checking your email in the morning.
Yeah.
It's that kind of game.
So I mean, people go really gung ho about making their island a one thing. A lot of people are really upset about the fact that you can only have one island.
Yeah, I heard that. That's a big issue.
People are cheating because you could alter the time and date on your Switch to get certain items and certain fish and things like that. But I haven't talked to a person that doesn't like the game. This was the first game
me neither.
where I saw several of my friends picking up a Switch just to play this game.
Yeah, this is a big deal. This is huge.
Quarantine was the best thing to ever happen to this game.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say about this game. This game couldn't have come at a better time. Like, quarantine had just started, and people were like, well, now what do I do? It's like, so this was like the one thing people were looking forward to. And they could just get lost in for hours because they were just stuck at home.
Yeah.
So really, this game came at a great time for the current situation. But I even I listened to a bunch of other podcasts too. But IGN was saying that this is possibly this could possibly be one of the contenders for Game of the Year because of the success that it had from launch. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I see both sides, but honestly, I think it's more of a good game than a bad game because it doesn't hide the fact that it's a grindy, repetitive, collect as you go kind of game. It doesn't pretend it's something else. So
yeah, like I only have 15 friends on Nintendo Switch right now, and I just opened it and 3 people are playing that game. Like
there you go.
They're still checking into it.
Oh man. All right, and then coming in at number 4, F1 2020
for the Xbox One.
Yeah, so F1 2020 was number 10 on PC, and F1 2020 is number 4 on Xbox One. That's crazy. So this game must be like really good.
But this one's a must play. There's
That's
a 1
so
point
weird.
different, and this is a must play. And also, the user score is 4.4 higher on the PC. So
that is random.
This is I don't like that. It's 2 different entries on the list. Unless it's like drastically different or like a re-release way down the line.
Yeah, I think it should be like maybe like an honorable mention. Like, oh, by the way, the PC version had a 90 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's super awkward. I don't know. That's really dumb. All right, moving at number 3, Half-Life Alyx on the PC. It's VR, exclusively VR.
Which launched with Steam's or Valve's VR headset.
Yes. This is probably the one game that I really, really wish I had a VR headset for, because I've heard nothing but amazing reviews about this game and how this also could possibly be a Game of the Year contender. But it may not be, only because VR is not like a widely used technology. It's only in certain homes right now.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's amazing. Like, just even like I've heard stories about people taking like a bottle of like Coke and they shake the bottle and you see like the individual like liquid like just shaking up, and you hear the liquid shaking inside the bottle, and it's like super realistic looking, I guess. So I've heard good things.
That's quite the example.
Yep.
Like, it seems so minor, but like it's a technical achievement.
Yeah, no, it's true though. Like, being able to like render a realistic looking Coke bottle filled with liquid, and you shake it and it actually looks like you're shaking a bottle of Coke.
Yeah, that's
like cool. That's not easy. Yeah, user score of 9.1.
Yeah, so I mean, people
and
agree
Metascore
on
of 93. Yeah.
Then the next one, number 2, we got The Last of Us Part 2, a game that we both really enjoyed.
Yes, big time.
So we agreed with the critics who gave it a 94.
Yep.
And then it got a 5.6 because of a bunch of people who didn't even play it.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. Like, why would you do that? Like, they probably saw like some videos and are like, or it's a bunch of people who were hating on the fact that it was like one of the biggest launch games for PlayStation 4 and people were jealous. I don't know. I have no idea what the reasons were. I know some of the reasons, but those are all invalid, I think. And I think that user score does not reflect like the actual people who, like the group of people who actually played it and had a, got to play it.
I mean, like, if you click on it, and you sort by most helpful, all of these poor reviews came out the day the game came out. So unless they picked the game up at midnight and played for 21 straight hours, a game that they hated, a game that they did not like at all, and they're like, I played it all in one sitting, 0 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, it's clear that they just didn't like the clips that they saw online.
Yep, I call BS.
And it's stupid.
Major BS.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. So I think it definitely deserves number 2 spot, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
At least.
Given the list, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even... And then number 1, we have Persona 5 Royal. I think it's Royal. It's an RPG. Never played any of the Persona games. But, man, it's a user score of 8.1, Metascore of 95. This game is doing really well.
And it's pretty much just like a Game of the Year version of it. So it's like all of the bonus items put into the Persona 5 game. So it's not even like a new game. But, I mean, it's a good game. I started it. I haven't gotten very far.
Okay. I'd be curious to hear what you have to say about it.
Yeah. I think I don't feel like I've gotten far enough to make an opinion on it. But it's really cool. I like the idea. You could follow the story, but you can also like go to work, go to school, develop relationships with other people.
Oh yes, I have heard about this game. It did seem pretty cool. Like, and I heard there was like multiple endings too, and multiple.
Yeah. So, and Joker, who is the alter ego of the main character, is in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. So. Clearly it's a popular character. That it led to speculation that they're bringing Persona 5 to the Switch, so that's kind of why I held off on playing it. But it turned out to be like a dumb spin-off game. So
that sucks.
Yeah, I mean it's a huge game. I mean graphics wise, it looks like it belongs on the Switch, but like there's over 200 hours of content that you could play through.
My God.
So I don't see it fitting on the Switch unless like you just had one device or one memory card just dedicated.
Ain't nobody got time for that. At least I don't. 200 hours, my God. I mean, I'm going to be lucky if I get 200 hours in Ghost of Tsushima. But
how many hours is the story of that game? Because if it's 200 hours, I'm not going to play it.
It's at least 30. It's an upwards of 50.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm just going to blow through the main story. Screw that.
All right. Have fun.
I just want to know the story. That's why I'm playing.
I know. I really just enjoying the exploration of that game so far. It's so fun just to wander aimlessly and just come across things. It's super cool.
You're an open world guy though.
I am. I really am. And then I scrolled all the way to the bottom and went to the last page because I was curious to see what the worst game of the year so far is. Number 501 with a Metascore of 33 and a user score of 4.6. Dawn of Fear on the PlayStation 4. No idea what this is about. I think I've heard about it, but it's here. Here's the description. When Alex returns to his childhood home after a tragedy, what he finds is a world of madness and cruelty from which he does not know if he can escape. Help Alex survive by using logic to solve puzzles, manage your ammo, and avoid being dragged by the horror that permeates the house. Do you dare?
Honestly,
worst game of the year so far.
If the worst game of the year has a 33, that's pretty not bad.
That's not bad at all. I wonder if they actually go.
And it only has 12 reviews.
Oh, well, there you go.
And like none of them are like IGN. The biggest review is like hobby consoles.
I'll have to watch the trailer because I feel like I actually saw the trailer for this. I wouldn't be surprised because PlayStation. I'm subscribed to PlayStation on their YouTube, and I usually watch all their trailers they post. And I think I saw the trailer for this, and it looked really generic and boring.
Maybe if we do like a video. What?
Oh, I think this is the one that looks like a Silent Hill copy, like a really crappy looking Silent Hill copy. I think that's what this one is.
If we ever do like a video podcast, we should like watch and critique the worst Metacritic games of all time, like live reactions.
I'm totally down. We can actually get a play by. We actually get a third screen too.
Yeah. So like us in each corner and then the game in the middle.
Oh, that's totally doable.
Dope. All right. Well, that's it for that segment.
Yep. And then, last but not least, the grand finale. Give it an hour, where we talk about the games that we've chosen for each other and we review them. And we actually had a couple people respond in the Instagram posts. Let me pull that up real quick. I think there was one for Alien Isolation and one for
Back to the Future.
Let me see. I have it. Oh, yeah. All right. So for Give It an Hour, you had Alien Isolation. Robbie U621 said Alien Isolation was highly underrated. That game was a very good time. Probably won't ever get a sequel, but it definitely should. Alien emoji, fire emoji.
Okay.
So, and I agree. It was very underrated because I don't think it got the notoriety that it deserved. And then my cousin, who actually got recognized as doing a really good Joel cosplay.
Oh, nice.
He talked about Back to the Future, the game, and that was actually on my Instagram account. He said, "Game is amazing. Played it back in 2011." That's his username is tmodel88. So anyway,
yeah, well,
not like any like crazy like serious reviews, but it was just quick comments on how they felt about the games.
Isolation had 81 Metascore, so it's not like it was like hated by a lot of people. Some reviewers gave it 100%.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. I think it is.
I did not give it 100%.
Oh no. Well, let's start with you since you.
All right.
Since you said
okay.
that.
So, I was really looking forward to this game. I had heard good things. I wanted to play it on a headset, but my wife wanted to watch it with me. But we had forgotten that it was a first-person game, which neither of us do well with.
Okay.
But so I kind of took notes as I went. So I started. Models look pretty decent. And then the mouths move, and that looks awful. But I forgot it came out all the way back in 2014.
Yeah, it's an old game.
Yeah. They had that wasn't Sigourney Weaver in the beginning, right? Or was that like a clip from one of the older movies?
I forget, actually, to be honest.
Because on it, if it was a like impersonator, she did an amazing job. I
Gotcha.
like looked up if Sigourney was in the game, and she's not.
Okay. I forget, to be honest.
You start as a character in their underwear. Emily accused me of trying to see the character naked when the shower hit.
I do remember that.
And I was. I like totally missed where you get your clothes though. Like I feel like I walked around a lot trying to find like the next objective, and until I realized that you can click and open the map, I was so lost. Like I ended up talking to Samuels, and he made a comment, and he's like, "You might want to get dressed."
You can't play the game naked, by the way.
Yeah. Emily enjoyed the barefoot sound, like the barefoot walking sound.
Oh yeah,
I walked around barefoot a lot.
The sound design is really good in that game.
Yeah. The voice acting is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I really hope that Samuels wasn't a robot and that he was just a really bad actor, because that would be like everyone's giving a performance and he's like, affirmative.
Affirmative.
I wrote
Cyborg.
the Samuel comment, and then I wrote, now it doesn't matter because he got blasted off into space.
Yeah.
He can still be alive. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I actually haven't beaten the game, so.
Being able to turn off the film grain was a lifesaver. I hated how it looked with the film grain.
Yeah, the film grain, I didn't like it either.
I turned it completely off. Getting anywhere was frustrating. In the beginning, you couldn't run. I understand.
Right.
And then you could finally run, and then it was like you were running through sand.
It's hard.
And it was frustrating.
It's hard.
Because it was unclear where you had to go next.
Yep.
You can't hurdle over shin height objects. I was surprised I was able to go upstairs because I wasn't able to step over a cord that was the same height. And then let me tell you about my last 25 minutes of the game.
Oh man.
I wrote, it's unclear what you're supposed to do next. I was led up a ladder and down a path, and the door, once I got to the other side, finally said I needed an ion light. So once again, I had to go turn on the power, and apparently the lights are just off because they turned off all the lights. It wasn't all of this destruction, and it doesn't need to be fixed. You just need to go press a button, and all the lights come back on. So I turn on the light, but I still need the ion light. But turning on the power opened the door. I go into the door. There's a terminal that doesn't give me anything interesting. I can't find anything else useful, so I go all the way back to where I started in this room. There was nothing new there, so I go back into the room that opened, and I found a hatch. I go through the hatch, I climb out the other side, and everything is shin height, and I can't get over it, and there's nothing I can do in there. So then I backtrack to the room, and then I open the map, and it says that there's a point of interest where I was 20 minutes ago before I even got in this room. And I backtrack all the way. I go back down the ladder, and there's nothing there. And by that point, it was an hour 5, and I'm like, I am so done with this game.
I am done.
I was so, like, I was visibly angry. Emily's like, well, I'm going to bed. And I'm like, good night. Like,
you're like smashing like glass in the kitchen.
See any aliens? Like, I saw one person run away scared. And like,
oh wow, you didn't even get to the alien section?
No,
oh my god.
It was not clear.
It's not. You really have to like it is very difficult puzzle like game. It's not forgiving. Yes, it's very unforgiving.
So I think this is just one where like if I were to get any further, I would have to chip away at it a little bit at a time.
Yeah, you really do.
It's not like Last of Us where I could just sit through it and power through.
No. There's this one segment I died like 30 times because I didn't have any weapons and I kept getting shot.
Ugh.
It was really frustrating.
Like the moving was frustrating. I can't imagine running from anything.
Right, but your theme was movies, and that was literally the only game I had played that you hadn't played that had a movie theme to it.
No, and like I'm glad I played it, and like it was on my backlog already, and I don't think I'm gonna take it off my backlog.
Okay,
but it's gonna take me a long time to get through this game if I ever decide to sit down and hack through it.
Fair enough.
I was so frustrated. Like when you were on the good ship, I'm like, this is fun. Everything's cute. I really like all the characters. Too. Emily liked the captain. And then like looking out into space and seeing the other planets like was gorgeous.
Yeah.
The ships were gorgeous.
It's a good looking game.
There was a bunch of terminals you would like stuff that looked like you could walk up and interact with it. You couldn't.
Right.
Or I would miss things because normally when you're at a game and you're pressed up against it, it comes up with the button prompt. But in this one, you have to like be turned and looking directly at the little square that you're supposed to interact with, and like it has to be in your line of sight.
Oh my god!
So
that's right.
It was frustrating.
Yeah, it can be.
So if you could tell me that the story is worth it, then I will finish the game. But you didn't even finish the game.
I didn't get that far, to be honest. I literally got to this one section, and I kept dying in the same room, like, multiple times.
Oh, so, like, that part that was the end of your gameplay.
Yeah, I gave up. I was like, F this. So, honestly,
I'm going to make Jeff play.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Doki Doki. No, I'm just kidding.
Nathan sent me, like, a screen, like, he said, because he always updates on our Instagram the picture for the episode, and he just sent me Sayori like hanging.
It was episode 11. It was like episode 10. It was just Sayori hanging in the middle of the like over the like the words backlog and beyond. It was so morbid. Oh man, that was effed up.
So So yes, I will keep it on the backlog. But
cool.
I am not a happy camper.
I'm sorry. Well, so mine was a little bit different of experience, but not too far from what you had. But it was for different reasons.
It is a clunky game, Back to the Future.
My God, clunky. I played Back to the Future, episode 1, About Time. It's called It's About Time, which About Time is a great movie, by the way, if anybody has not seen About Time.
Both Nathan and I used the song from that movie in our weddings.
We did, and man, you want to watch a movie that makes you cry. It will. Anyway, getting off track here. The audio, wow. Like, did they record it like in somebody's kitchen or bathroom? The audio is really rough. Like, the dialogue sounds like distorted the entire time the dialogue was distorted. And there have been times where like the mix was so imbalanced. Like, the music would be way loud and you could barely hear them talking. It was like it was rough.
I think this was their first major IP.
Oh, okay.
Because this was long before The Walking Dead.
Oh, this is pre-Walking Dead. Okay, that makes sense because this looked really rough.
Yeah.
I did love that they had the original cast. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, like, so Doc Brown was played by Christopher Lloyd, but Michael J. Fox did not play Marty McFly.
Oh, he didn't? I could have sworn I already did.
He played one of Marty McFly's relatives. As a cameo, but they got an impersonator to play Marty McFly.
That's interesting. Okay, that's why he kind of sounded like him. Okay,
he sounded a little off, but mostly I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I almost wish they got an impersonator for Doc Brown too, because he just sounded sad.
Yeah, just sounded sad.
Marty,
I'm dying.
Help me, I'm in jail.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean the voice acting was really good. It's just the voices sounded like crap. Yeah. So if they'd have sounded better, I'd have been like, all right, cool, sold. I liked the fact they went to the 1930s. So that's a cool time period to go to. But yeah, compared to the other Telltale games, which I didn't realize this was like their first, it looked horrible. Yeah. They really came a long way since The Walking Dead. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I went with the name Harry Callahan because I thought that was funny. Although I almost went with Michael Corleone, which he ended up using Michael Corleone later on as his alias. I was like, well, that's random. I chose Harry Callahan, but okay.
Yeah. I think I chose Michael Corleone, so.
Nice. Yeah, Michael Corleone was pretty funny. I I thought it was great that they had Marty's grandpa as I think that was the one, the cameo, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. I honestly probably would have preferred to play this on PlayStation, or I should have set up my PlayStation 4 controller to my PC.
Yeah.
Because, man, the holding down the mouse to move sucked. Like,
ooh, I can't imagine that.
That was you had to you have to click and hold down and then move your mouse to have them go in the direction you want to go. It was so bad. It was like I can't do this. But what's really funny is, regardless of all the technical issues that game had, the story was actually interesting enough to look past everything.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty impressive.
That's what pushed me through it.
Yeah, this pretty impressive. I was like, wow, this thing looks bad, it sounds bad, and I'm still playing this. Okay. I'm not sure if it was the nostalgia factor or because from the films, but it worked somehow. But yeah, so this is something I may purchase on the PlayStation 4 if you haven't already, which I couldn't see it. I couldn't find it on either account.
I don't know if it's still available, honestly, because Telltale went under.
That's true. That's true.
How did it run on your PlayStation?
It ran fine. I'm sure it looked better on my PlayStation.
On your computer, yeah.
Yeah, I think it ran fine. It ran smoothly. There was no hiccups or anything, no glitches. It ran at a decent speed. I thought it was fine. But yeah, I think I just would have preferred a controller because, man, the mouse was horrible.
Yeah,
that was the worst.
I can imagine.
So I'm gonna probably continue playing it, but it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, I'll get to it someday, maybe.
Yeah. No, totally.
So, but again, I thought it was impressive that the story was moving enough to where I was like, all right, cool. I'm actually enjoying what's happening, not so much as what I'm seeing or hearing.
Yeah, people were satisfied with it as a fourth movie.
Yeah, I can see that. Anyway.
So it looks like the only way you'll be able to play the game on PlayStation 4 is if you buy a physical copy.
Oh,
and,
okay.
It's either expensive or hard to find.
All right, no, I'll pass. I'll just play it. I'll just play with the mouse.
No, just
I'll
hook up your computer. Yeah.
I'll hook up my controller. I'll just do that because you gave me the little USB stick.
Yeah, use it.
I'll do that. Use it, you idiot! I gave it to you, idiot. All right, cool. So, what game am I going to be playing this week if I have time?
Your topic of the Metacritic score inspired me, and I picked Persona 5 for you.
Oh, all right. And that's on PlayStation?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Persona 5. Look at that.
Yep.
This is a game. I'm not a JRPG guy either, so this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, so I think you might find same frustrations that you found in Final Fantasy VII, but it's new and it's polished, so you might enjoy that part of it.
I might. I think that's one of the big issues. That was one of the bigger issues I had with Final Fantasy VII. It was so rough looking.
You didn't play it when it happened, and so you didn't have
it doesn't relate to the time period of graphics where I'm like, oh, this looks amazing, or this is a really cool concept. Where it's like, oh yeah, this is an old concept now, and these graphics look like crap. So but okay, cool. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really funny is because since we're almost going to do an open world discussion, I picked the game and I figured I'm going to still make you play it anyway. I'm going to have you play Watch Dogs 2. Yeah, I know. But right. I think you're going to have fun with this one. I think you're going to actually enjoy the characters enough to where you're going to want to play more. And they do a fantastic job at replicating San Francisco. Absolutely amazing.
There was a video on Reddit where the guy walked the character to a certain point on the map, and then it zoomed out of the TV, and he looked out his window, and there was the exact same point. He had just gone up to the view from his window.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Watch Dogs 2. I almost want to go back and get the rest of the trophies because I actually really had a lot of fun playing that game.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect to do as much as I did in the open world. So there's that one. So yeah, guys, and we do appreciate your responses to the comments or to the posts. So please, if you can, feel free to join us this time around. I'm playing Persona 5. Jeff is playing Watch Dogs 2. Even if you have already played these games and you've beaten them and you want to say something how you felt about the game without spoiling it, feel free to comment that as well, because we don't necessarily need you to play the game for an hour for it to count as a review. So feel free to play along though if you haven't, and we really appreciate. We'll read it on the show, obviously.
Why don't you tell them where they can email us?
You can email us at contact@backlogandbeyond.com.
Interesting. You could check us out on Twitter at BacklogBeyond. You could check us out on Instagram at BacklogAndBeyond. Nathan's constantly tagging other Backlog people and putting up polls where you can vote for strongest video game characters. So
yeah,
you might be interested in being part of those discussions. Let us know what you think. You could also follow me, Zavadabadoo, or Nathan,
the Early Bird Nerd. I'm Early Bird Nerd on all social media other than Twitch, which Twitch is the Early Bird Nerd.
Maybe he'll show up and play some Ghost of Tsushima.
Or we'll play some Fall Guys this week, and
maybe Wednesday we'll put that up there.
Yeah, I'll shout out, do a little story on Instagram, shout out to everyone, and maybe throw a tweet out. We'll see how that goes.
That'd be fun, and it's going to be free with PlayStation Plus, and I've talked to a couple friends like Andrew and Matt from the wedding, and they might be interested in playing as well.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, so the more people we can get on that, the better. Maybe we can get Randall, all the groomsmen.
Oh my God!
Are reuniting for the anniversary.
I love it. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and we'll be back here next week with more video game.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Dang it.
5, 6, 7, 8.